It's in Poland going up through like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and it's like a 40-mile plain where you can get multiple tank divisions through it. And basically the tactic would be you roll these tanks through and they take over Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania with like little resistance before the West can regroup. And they can develop what's called A2AD, access to area denial. And so when you try to get more resources in there, they could have missile batteries set up, which could deter that. So being able to have that early warning and having more resources available, especially because, I mean, Sweden actually has a pretty strong military industrial complex, and they also have the Gripen fighter, which is really cool. So we talked a little bit about that. And the other thing that is, I guess, physically small but strategically massive is the island of Gothenburg off of Sweden, because they could put an early warning radar system in there that would be able to enlighten us about like whether incoming missiles are happening or not. And then also the scary thing is that if Russia was able to have Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, they could use that as a jumping off point to enter into Germany from the north. So having Finland and Sweden there as two, very strong democratic nations with a strong military presence does help a lot. The other one that I did was about the impacts of AI on terrorism, because my biggest fear is, some of these terrorist organizations have tech-savvy people who could probably develop a large language model and then use that large language model as a supplement to actual people for online recruitment. And we could just have a huge influx of homegrown extremists because of that. So, I mean, I'm not privy to a decent amount of the information because, again, I don't have like a security clearance or anything, but I do have colleagues and friends who work in that space. And the consensus is we are incredibly vulnerable, which is a scary thought to have, especially with like our critical infrastructure and things like that. And I was talking with one of them about, are you guys familiar with 0 Day?
Tell us what 0 Day is.
So it's just a 6-episode series on Netflix. And the whole premise is the U.S. is hit with a cyber attack that shuts down all critical infrastructure for a minute. And you're talking like train derailments, power plants going offline, like 3,000 people die. And
can I still get on TikTok?
Only, oh no, that, what was that? Was that Red Note where you had to like swear your allegiance to the Chinese or something like that?
So you're saying Andrew's NVIDIA stock could be responsible for the terrorist recruitment?